there, welcome to the DI Show with Zena Mensa. On today's episode, we'll be discussing further the different types of abuse. It's important to know the different types of abuse so that one will be able to identify them when experiencing it. Abuse is not and cannot be a sign of love. Abuse is an offense that is punishable by law. Some of the common types of abuse are 1. Emotional abuse. This kind of abuse is a way to control another person using emotions to criticize, blame, shame, embarrass, and even manipulate. A relationship can be abusive if there's a consistent pattern of abusive words and bullying, which wears down a person's self-esteem and their mental health. Emotional abuse is one of the most difficult types of abuse to recognize. It is most common among dating, marriages, even family members, friends, co-workers, and also experienced among neighbors. Another type of abuse is psychological abuse. Psychological abuse is a behavior that aims to cause emotional and mental harm. It may not hurt your body, but it is just as painful and distressing in other ways. Some forms of psychological abuse include embarrassing you in public or in front of the people that you are with in a way that degrades you, calling you names that lowers your self-esteem, threatening to harm you or those that you love or even the things that you care about, treating you badly over things you have no control over or cannot change, ignoring you or pretending that you are not there, doing or saying things that makes you feel confused, always correcting you with the aim of making you feel and look foolish. Another form of abuse is financial or economic abuse. This is a form of abuse where an intimate partner has control over the other person's access to economic resources, which diminishes their capacity to support themselves and forces them to solely depend on the other person. Physical abuse. Physical abuse is any intentional act that causes injury or trauma to another person by way of bodily contact. Children are the most common victims of physical abuse. However, adults can also experience physical abuse in the form of domestic violence. Sexual abuse. Sexual abuse is also referred to as molestation. It's abusive sexual behavior by one person on the other. It is often perpetrated by using force or taking advantage of another. It is an unwanted sexual activity where the perpetrator uses force or threatens or takes advantage of the victims. Statistics shows that men and women go through sexual abuse yearly. Thousands of women turn to rape cases centers for help after an attack. Statistics shows that 1 in 3 women will experience forms of sexual abuse in their lifetime. Stalking. This involves any pattern of behavior that serves no legitimate purpose, but rather intends to annoy, harass, or terrorize a person. Typical stalking activities include repeated phone calls, unwanted letters or gifts, civilians at work or home, or places that one is known to frequently visit. Please remember that if you are being stalked, it can escalate. If you are going through abuse or you have been abused before in your past, we are here to inform you that no one deserves your abuse. It is not your fault that you are going through abuse, and you are not alone in this. Please remember that if you are going through any form of abuse or you have been abused in the past and you need help, but you are in fear of your safety and that of your children, please report to the nearest help center because your life might depend on it. No one deserves to be abused. It is not your fault that you are being abused, and you are not alone in the fight against abuse. Seek for the help before it is too late. How to help a victim of domestic violence? 1. Listen and believe the victim. Let them know that they are not in this fight alone. 2. Encourage them. to seek for help in any way possible. 3. If possible, guide them to know how to seek for help. And if they are in fear of danger of their lives and that of their children, help them get to the right sources or even the right officer to help them. In this way, you can help save a life or even a family. Keep in mind that a survival of abuse or domestic abuse or any form of abuse makes several attempts to leave the abusive relationship before they finally succeed. Give all help to stop the abuse before it leads to death. Remember, no one deserves to be abused. It is not your fault that you are being abused, and you are not alone in the fight against abuse. We hope you find this episode useful and educative. Kindly like, comment, share your experiences. Follow us on other social media pages and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.